Sorry, she's actually correcting her comments.
Not you.
Nick is the county legislator, so after it ended, why would you go after him? What is the county? I don't know, he was here, so.
Yeah.
So the village,
I wanna say that
Run by a private, company. However.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming. Got some problems with our audio that we're going to be working on. So if you can't hear us, just shout a little bit and we'll raise our voices. Going to start the work session with the budget modifications. Has everybody here had an opportunity to look at the budget modifications? Anybody have any questions? Okay. Zoning Board of Appeals, an alternate. We've been shy one person on the board, and we interviewed a candidate who's very anxious to come on board. Name's Robert Sanders. He runs the Himalayan Farm over by on Pickles and Ruza Gap Road. Been in town for about 5 years. Very anxious to set roots here, and he wants to make Mamakating his forever town. Comes with an awful lot of background and a lot of good things that we hope to get him on board as an alternate and see where it goes from there. Everybody had a chance to look at his resume?
Yes, very impressive.
Okay. Any comments? Okay. Number 3, there's the 2026 Shred event. We're going to be having another, or if we approve it, having another Shred event on July 18th, where the public is invited to come bring your legal documents, things that need to get shredded, and we bring a truck in for a few hours and we'll shred your stuff. Number 4 is the follow-up for 2 Dogwood Road South. We've had 2 meetings. This is our second meeting now since we had the public hearing and a due process hearing for the owner of the house on 2 Dogwood Lane. We have not heard any more response from him. So the discussion with the board is going to be how we progress, whether or not we're going to hire somebody or have the town do it. I think the best route is going to be to get some proposals to get an idea of how much it's going to cost and have them come back by the next meeting, and then we can approve what manner we're going to clean up the property and make it safe again. Anybody have any questions on 2 Dogwood? Okay, number 5 is the New York State Workday and Reporting. Elected officials have to keep track of their hours and keep a calendar for 3 months to be turned in, and it's a basis for the New York State retirement system. Everybody here has done that, and tonight we're going to approve it so that everybody gets their retirement credits. Questions? Okay. Number 6, it's Mamakating Flea Market. I see Emma just came in. Yes, we're going to vote tonight to approve this. We're hoping to hold the flea market again this year, starting on May the 23rd. We're going to run through October 18th on Saturdays. It was a good start last year, and we're hoping to make it even more successful. And Emma Dewing, who's running it here, and you have questions about the flea market afterwards, feel free to talk to her. Any questions from the board? We made a couple small changes on the agreement, but it's pretty much the same as what we had last year.
So I spoke to a lot of business owners in Wurtsboro and the Board of Trade. They said they didn't really see any uptick with visitors because the flea market was here. I'm personally opposed to the name flea market. I feel that anything in this parking lot is a reflection on the entire town. So I don't know how it went last year. I visited a couple times. Maybe Emma could let us know. some numbers or how successful it was?
Not right now, maybe during public comment. I did receive an email from Sarah Nahus, who's the head of the Board of Trade.
I think so.
One of the heads.
She just moved up. Yeah.
She was very excited about having it and
Oh, okay.
thought that it was a great addition to the town and would hopefully help drive more people to the village. Any further discussion? Okay, number 7 is a letter of support for the Sullivan County Bureau of EMS. A year ago, the Bureau of EMS put together county fly cars and have a couple of ambulances. In order to do that, they have to receive a permit called the Certificate of Need from the state. And what they're granted is a temporary one. The service has been going very well. The lead times of getting to people getting definitive help has been cut way, way down. Responses are much better. So now, in order to have it full-time, they have to go for a permanent CON, and they're looking for different towns, the townships, to at least send in a letter of support stating that they found it to be helpful and they would like to see this continue. So the board's got copies of that. Everybody saw it? Any questions?
Peter, is this for the fly car program or?
Yeah, you'll see the green and white cars that are out there, Sullivan EMS.
Pete, should we, instead of putting support from the town of Mamakating, should you put from the Mamakating Town Board? Because wasn't the public upset last time we said it was from the entire town?
I don't recall that, but I'll look to see what the letter requests but
When
yeah,
we-
we could be specific.
When we supported letter of support for a grant for for Bloomingburg, and they said that we had no right to say that the entire town supported it, that
Fair
just the
enough.
board.
All right, I'll make sure that that's what the wording is. That makes sense.
I've had this problem with also the town, not the town, the county, when they started this program. Unfortunately, it's good for our community. We have a good ambulance squad already. This car does not come to Mamakating very often. It's mainly for a lot of the rural places up in Sullivan County. They do a lot of work up there. I think it's a good thing because the person on it is a paramedic, but also they don't come to Mamakating that often. I think in the whole year that they were here, it was probably less than 5 times.
I think it was more. And one of the things that they do is, as we quite often have difficulty getting a second crew together, and they'll respond for that until they can get a transporting ambulance to come. It's a tough thing to say that we're not going to support it because you can't really have one town that's going to say, we're.
I get that, but we're also being double charged in our taxes. We pay Mamakating ambulance taxes, and then the county also charges every resident in the whole county a fee also, and it's minimal. I think, I'm kind of on the fence with the whole thing because I don't think we should be paying twice. We're not the only town. Jeffersonville is also like this, and then there's another ambulance squad somewhere up.
Well, actually, Livingston Manor is probably the other busiest squad, and then following that would be Bethel.
Right.
But-
So, Bethel was the other big one.
Yeah.
Right. So, it's tough to say. They do good work. The paramedics on it are very good. I've worked with a couple of them. It's just sometimes I have a hard time with being charged twice in our taxes for stuff like that,
No, I understand. Anybody else have discussion on this? Okay. All righty. Number 8 is a bid for O&W Rail Trail. The last meeting we discussed that there was only one bidder, Rutledge, and the consensus was that we wanted to make sure that they have done similar projects. They have worked on trails with us before, but this one involves getting into the waterways, having to make sure that there's silt protection, water diversion while they're working on it. So we asked our engineer to talk to them, see what other projects that they've done similar to this, and the engineer came back and stated that they have very high confidence that they'll do a fine job. So they told us to go ahead if we'd like to and vote on them. And number 9 is an excavator for the highway. I'll let Tom talk a little bit more about that, but we have an older excavator that's lived its useful life, and while it still has some value, we can get a decent trade in on it and then get a bigger, better excavator that can get some more work done. It's all part of an effort that Tom has of having a long-term plan, keeping our equipment rolling, and trying to get rid of the older equipment before it nickels and dimes everybody to death. So he'll have a presentation. He'll talk about that at his meeting, at his time here. Okay, and that's the work session. So we can open our business meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. All right, the first item, business meeting is public comments. It's 3 minutes for each individual, 30 minutes maximum, and it's regarding items that are on the agenda. Do we have any public that would like to speak? Chris? Like I said, this is for the items on the agenda, so.
Zoning board candidate, and I've said this before, is that person here tonight? Because I'm assuming you're gonna acknowledge the vote for him?
He's not here.
Why not?
I don't know.
I think you all have heard this, that I mention this year after year after year, all the time. How does this get by? We don't even know what this person looks like. Does it make any difference? No, but it's the idea that, let's see what this person looks like. Have the board vote on a real life human being. It seems like no matter what I say, it goes right out the window.
Thank you, Chris.
She wants to talk about Horizons, Pete.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry?
Horizons.
And the second public comment.
Frank?
Good evening, everyone. Frank Coviello. I'm having a problem with my voice. I hope you can all hear me. I'm here for two reasons. One, me personally. Two, I'm here on behalf of the National Area Association.
This is not on the agenda that we're talking about.
Is it has something to do with the workshop?
It has something to do with the resolutions.
Particularly,
But the work session. You see up top?
Can I not speak about the resolutions?
If it's a
If it's on
if it's
the
a
workshop,
resolution
yeah.
that's on here. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was on the workshop.
It's exactly what I'm here for.
Yeah. Okay.
no, this is according here to the work session.
That's what he just said. It has something to do with it. Go ahead, Frank.
Sorry, this is the second time he did the
Just
same thing last
bring
year.
up what you're talking about.
Okay, I'm just gonna jump to the bottom. I'm here to congratulate all of you and to let you know, one, that on behalf of myself and the BKAA, we're all very much appreciative of resolution number H. Fixing that trail. Some of you, maybe all of you know that I've hiked a lot of the trails here in the village, in the town and the village. And I had the good opportunity to one day on the Nature Watch meet a couple that was hiking coming up from the south. And I warned them as you go north, when you come to the South Road by the ballpark, unless you know the area, that's an extremely hard place to continue that trail. And that's exactly what this addresses. And so myself, and I've been authorized by the BKA board, of which I am a member, to tell you that we all appreciate that very much. The other thing I'd just like to comment is about the ambulance, the ambulance squad. As a resident who's had more than one opportunity to take advantage of the medicating ambulance squad in my family and myself, we very much appreciate the ambulance squad and what they do. I don't know, but I know that the 2 times I needed that, they needed a paramedic along. And I don't know, I think the paramedic has something to do with another organization. So I think the more organizations within the area, the better. So I'm in favor of that. I'm actually in favor of everything, but I wanted to comment specifically on those 2. Thank you all for everything.
Thank you. Is it-
Morning, everybody. Actually, evening.
Good evening.
Sorry, it's been a long day for me. I wanted to address some of the questions that came up just now. Firstly, the length of the flea market over the summer last year was a trial for 1 month. So it was actually, I managed to get 5 weekends out of the month of August. I did it without any advertising. Wasn't really a heads up. I came to the board and I asked if I could do this and just do it for a trial and see what happened. Obviously didn't want to spend a lot of money on it because it was a trial. But because I've been running the Beacon Flea Market for over 15 years, I had a body of support that I could kind of bring up here and just see how it worked and see what the local interest was. And I got really great feedback. And actually it was a great successful month to the point where I was very keen on continuing. I got good feedback from Wurtsboro, from the village of Wurtsboro. So I'm invested in doing this. In terms of it being a flea market, as opposed to like a vintage outdoor market or, you know, something a little bit more distinct or exclusive, or maybe even like non-inclusive. Flea market to a customer means a massive variety, and it's inclusive and it's accessible. Flea market to a vendor can mean I want to come and sell my socks, but they have to come through me first. And so there will not be any socks at the flea market. I'm looking particularly for vintage and collectibles. If people want to empty out their old barns, if they want to sell their old tractor parts, if they want to, you know, bring their plants that they've been growing all winter in their greenhouse, that's all fine. But they have to come through me first. There's no real new stuff. There's no as seen on TV. There won't be any window salespeople. I'm not selling insurance, nothing like that. It's for the community. So it's going to be things that the community either are interested in, like the collectibles, or have a place to come and actually just purge some of their own stuff. I'm looking for junk, but in the really good, cool term of junk, like it's, you know, bits of old rusty tractor parts, brilliant, right? I'm not looking for keychains made in China, shipped over here by the container load. So my reputation precedes me from Beacon. I run that ship really high and tight. I don't let any crack in that market. So hopefully when visitors come to the flea market, they'll see something of quality and they'll see a lot of collectibles that they're interested in. And then this year, I've already ordered a billboard to go up on I-86. It's a really big expense for me. I can do this because I have the support of the Beacon Flea Market behind me monetarily. But it took a long time for the Beacon Flea Market to get established. I don't have that time for this. It's got to get going quickly. I want the billboard up. I want it to bring people into the town. I want this to be successful from the get-go. And I think that will quickly trickle into the village of Wurtsboro so that the village of Wurtsboro will start to benefit quicker than we saw with Beacon, which took a decade. So those are the things I think I got everything that your concerns were. And come back at me if there's anything else that you're concerned about. I'd be happy to.
Well, I like what you explained about you're not gonna allow junk in, no counterfeit items.
No,
With the troopers being right there, that would be a slap in the face.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm very
so
fortunate
it's-
for troopers being right there, which is an asset for me, obviously.
I didn't realize last year was only 5 weekends, so I want you to succeed. You succeed, we all succeed.
Absolutely.
So it sounds like you're on top of it. I still am gonna go to bed tonight, not liking the name, but it is what it is.
I talked about the name with some of the board members and some of the town people last year. And the emphasis was to try and focus on the town of Mamakating as opposed to Wurtsboro. And the flea market part, I think it's just one of those all encompassing umbrella names that people understand. And like I said, the vendors have to come through me, so it's high and tight. I'm looking for quality. It might take a few years to get that exactly the way I want it to be, but I'll get there. Okay.
Where are we going to see the billboard? Like where along the highway?
I've asked for it to be put as close to the Bloomingburg exit as possible because I want it to be as close to the Wurtsboro exit as possible. There isn't actually a billboard close to the Wurtsboro exit, so as close to Bloomingburg as I could get it. So all being well, we should see it going up soon. I didn't really want to get it up before the contract was signed. That seemed a bit sort of, ballsy.
Well,
Anything
hopefully
else?
we can take care of that after tonight's meeting.
Okay, that'd be good. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there anyone else out there with public comment? No. Okay, Brittany, is there anyone online?
I don't have anyone online who'd like to speak.
Okay, thank you, Brittany. Okay, next item would be the highway superintendent's report.
Howdy. The department continues working around the town sweeping roads. We also continue working around the town handling potholes and other damage from the past winter. That will continue. Kubota will go over next. I'm waiting on bids from vendors for this year's road work. As you all know, there's quite a bit on that 284 form, 284 form. Once I get prices back, I'll finalize what vendors and what roads we'll actually be able to do. As everybody I'm sure is aware, the price of everything is quite ferociously, truculently crazy. So that might come into play with, final decisions getting made. But that'll be, take that one thing at a time. Good news is we own our own paver now. So if anything, we can just kind of try our best to bang out what we have in-house and save a little bit that way. But I am hopeful that we'll be able to get a number of roads done as we have in the past using some vendors. I'm going to let Matt speak more on this, or Rob, because we were all there, but we did have a meeting with Archtop, Sullivan County, and Sullivan County the other last week about ongoing installation issues. I just want to commend both Matt and Rob for sticking up for the benefit of the community and asking the tougher questions, even when it seems like one specific question, he was definitely just like, you won't remember you asked that question. And you're like, what a man. So I just want to thank you guys for sticking up for us and helping me out too, because obviously I get a lot of heat on this and it's all just for the betterment of the community. I heard a lot of good things there. Hopefully it'll end up, I'm sure it will work out good, but just kudos to you guys. And then the last thing is, the Kubota excavator. We have a excavator right now that I'm going to have to estimate is between a 2016 and a 2018, because I can't actually find that information without probably digging into the engine well, and I didn't have time to do that, and I apologize. It's got about 3,500 hours on it. And yes, like Pete said, that the goal here is to get a good trade-in value, get another one that can last 10 years. So, we're looking at about 98 grand with the 36, was it 36? With that trade-in. And, hopefully it'll serve our department well for the next 10 years. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer. Otherwise, that's pretty much the goal, is just to get them out the door before they become lawn ornaments and things we're putting mass amounts of money into and then not getting anything on a return for. I'd rather have a reliable unit than a part-time gold unit. That's what I'm thinking. And Tyler had asked some questions, so so that's what we're here for. So
Tom, do you think you'd get any more out of Auction International?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't want to lie and say no, because then you might say no. I honestly couldn't tell you.
Right.
I think 38 grand. Now, again, you have an extra, and so you guys might know better. Hey, 3,500 hours, you might be able to, in my years there, I've seen that thing taken all the way apart at the shop, but I can't tell you not as a highway superintendent, as an employee. So it's been worked on vigorously over the years. We've had one specific issue with the same coupler connection for the bucket, all minor stuff. We've replaced the tracks a few times, but so I honestly couldn't tell you. It's possible, but I think 38 grand for a brand new machine that takes that down quite a significant bit is good. But it's just
Tom, it's a steel track or a rubber track?
we have steel tracks on it now, but they're interchangeable. We've had both on that excavator before.
But the new one's coming with steel.
It's going to come with steel, but to be honest with you, we've done more damage to the road using rubber tracks. Don't ask
Really?
me more, but yeah, yep. I cannot. I've seen with my eyes, but I can't tell with my mouth. No, but they're interchangeable. So if we found out down the road that this one was a tiny bit bigger and rubber tracks, we could put those on. But we got a quote with. I think we got a quote with both, but it'll come with steel. That it?
Okay.
We go. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I do have one other request, but if we could talk offline. It's one of my employees runs Little League and they want to borrow those lights. One of my employees helps orchestrate the Little League, and they'd like to borrow those lights for a possible night game this year. But that's not I don't think we need
We can
sometime
talk.
in June. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right. Highway Department's always busy. Next is the supervisor's report. I wish this was good at Mike coming up with a lot of things to talk about. My wife dragged me out this past week, forced me to take a vacation for our 40th honeymoon, our 40th anniversary. So I've been missing for about a week. But when I'm here, I'm always catching up with something. One of the main things that I'd like to talk about is I received a phone call from Paula Kay. We continue to work on getting some action done on the Horizons Senior Center. And this morning she reported to me that they had a meeting with HCR, which is the Housing Community Renewal Organization, with the management, the Regan Management Group, which owns that facility, as well as another one up by Monticello and Liberty. They had very productive talk. There's been issues that are being addressed, that have been addressed. Conversations I've had, there's still other issues that are out there, but the main gist of the conversation is that they talk with management. They have a very good contact to reach them now. So if there are issues, please call myself. If you have Paula Kay's number, you could do that. But the easiest thing might be to just contact my office, and I will make sure that those issues get addressed. But we're trying real hard to take care of that center. I'd like to tell you that we had more good news on Godfrey Meadows, but I've heard it's going in foreclosure. But
They're both village problems. So.
yeah, and yeah, regardless, that these are both privately owned facilities, so that the town really doesn't have an awful lot to say. But what we've been doing is just trying to put pressure on people who might be able to get something done. So we're working on it, and that is my report. Next on the agenda is the 2026 abstract number 10 for $67,232.36. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion from Michael.
Second.
Aye.
Matt.
Aye. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. The expenditures, encumbrances, and appropriations report, revenues and expenditures report. Has everybody had an opportunity to see them?
Yep.
Any discussion? Okay. Uh, Do I have a motion? Everybody had a chance to look at the minutes?
You gotta get a motion.
For what, to?
Financial.
No, I don't believe we did, but do I have, no motion? Everybody agreed. Do I have? As long as everybody had a chance to see it, I don't think we.
Okay.
Am I right?
You're approving anything?
That they saw them. I mean, I don't think we need to. I don't think we need to. It's not something that we have to approve.
Right.
Okay. Everybody's had a chance to look at the minutes. May I get a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion.
Motion from Gary,
Second.
second from Tyler. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Resolutions. Do I have a motion to approve the budget modifications?
I'll make a motion.
Motion from Rob,
Second.
second from Michael. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the appointment of Robert Sanders to the Zoning Board of Appeals as an alternate with a term ending December 31st, 2026?
Motion.
Motion from Matt,
Second.
second from Gary. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Letter C, approve the 2026 shred event for July 18th with legal shred in the amount of $1,150.
Motion.
Motion from Michael,
Second.
second from Tyler. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Follow up on due process for 2 Dogwood Road South. The follow-up is going to be that we're going to look for proposals to get at least an idea of how much this is going to cost us. We'll seek out a few different contractors, be it landscapers or other contractors who can handle boarding up the thing. Try to find out, get a rough idea of what the prices are, and decide whether or not how we're gonna move forward on that. So I guess we'll table that and move forward at the next meeting.
Or just make a motion that you'll seek those
All right.
prices.
Can I get a motion from somebody to approve seeking
We have
The
to make a
proposals?
motion put out a bid,
motion?
request for proposals.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion.
RFP, right? Or just.
Hopefully, it's going to come in at a price that we don't need to actually get a written RFP, but if we can get 3 verbals,
Okay.
depending on what the dollar amount is, if the dollar amounts start going high, then we're going to have to get written proposals. Okay, Rob made a motion to seek the bids. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Matt. All approved?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Okay, approve the contract for the 2026 Mavocking Flea Market. Do I have a motion? I missed-
You skipped A, but
I'll go back.
I make a motion to accept approval for a contract for the flea market.
Motion from Mike. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Tyler. Jim was trying to beat you.
I think. we did
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we'll go backwards. Approve the resolution for the New York State Retirement Workday and Reporting. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion from Gary.
Second.
Second from Mike. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I'll abstain. I'm not even on it.
Did you get it in on time?
Yeah.
Okay. You can abstain. One abstinence. Abstinent. Abstaining. No, you're not abstaining. Next one is to approve the letter of support for the Sullivan County Bureau of EMS. Do I have a motion?
a motion.
Motion from Rob,
Second.
second from Mike. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Approve the bid for the O&W Rail Trail Project for Rutledge Excavating in the amount of $397,003. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion from Mike,
Second.
second from Matt. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, and approve the purchase of an excavator in the amount of $98,054.95, to be taken from the Highway Equipment and Vehicle Reserve Fund, subject to permissive referendum. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion from Mike,
I'll second.
second from Matt. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I haven't skipped anything. Okay, committee reports. Does anybody have any committee reports? I don't think so.
I do.
Okay, Rob.
I actually have two. First is the assessor's report. And in the month of March, there were 50 Ds recorded, 23 address changes. There were 9 exemptions received and 4 reassessments to try and avoid a grievance. Submitted by Michelle Lagomarsino, assessor. And I also have a report from Jackie Broder of the Environmental Center. A lot of things going on in this spring. This Saturday is the Bashakil area cleanup corresponding with Earth Day. So they're always looking for volunteers to help clean up the marshland. Apparently there's a free lunch and door prizes. So get a free lunch. Sunday, May 3rd is the tea party at the Meek. It's a fundraiser for both the Friends of Meek and the library. So I guess an English tea with finger sandwiches and all sorts of fun stuff. There is a $30 fee for adults and $15 for children. Saturday, May 16th is the Fairy House Festival. I guess from 10 to 3, where you build a fairy house. I don't know what a fairy house is, but apparently you can build one. I think it's like a little birdhouse, but I could be wrong. There's a $5 charge for that. Nature Tots every Friday, 10 to 11. There's a frog walk in the evening of May 8th at 7. They're selling plants, native plants, on Saturday, May 9th from 10 to 2. And a wetland walk on May 30th at 10 a.m. And also, lastly, the Earth Warriors Summer Camp is open for registration, 6 to 12 years old. There'll be each of the 3 weeks focuses on a different age group. So if you want information on that, reach out to the Meek, and also there's more information on the website. That's all I got.
Okay. Any other committee announcements?
I have some announcements today.
Okay, let's go into the announcements then.
Saturday, May 2nd, we're gonna have what's becoming our annual Shawanga Lodge Road litter pickup, litter pluck. That'll be Saturday, May 2nd, rain date, Sunday, May 3rd. It'll be starting at 9 a.m. and bags will be supplied and some light refreshments, and we'll be meeting at the entranceway to Shawanga Lodge Road from Mamakating Road. I hope to see some folks out there eager to clean up some of the debris that the melting snow has revealed to us. Thank you. Also, picking up where Tom Morrow left off in regards to the ongoing fiber optic project that's been going on in various parts of town. We've been fielding some complaints, poor traffic control, damage to entranceways to driveways. We've been doing our best to stay on top of this. We've been in constant communication with representatives from Archtop and also the head of the county IT department, Mr. Lauren Green. We had a meeting on last week on the 13th, and we scheduled a walkthrough with various board members and Thomas to make sure that this installation is done in a satisfactory way, that there's minimal to no damage to private property. And the installation won't be a detriment to our town's efforts to maintain our ditches in the future. The project should be wrapping up, except for some, hopefully by then, minor restoration work in June. That's when the fiber optic line should actually be pulled through the conduit that was laid out. It's still being laid out as we speak. At the meeting last week, Tyler sent a letter that everybody acknowledged reading. And also, we are making an attempt to be listed as an additional insured with Archtop to limit town liability. Council, has there been any progress made in that regard?
So we have a draft agreement, just reviewing it, and then we'll send it out to Archtop.
Thank you. And so that's it for my report on that. It's a great project. A lot of people are, complained about not having enough competition amongst the internet folks, and this will bring some competition to our area. And I just ask people to be patient. We're on top of it, and we're going to go over the restoration work, make sure everything's done satisfactorily. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Any other announcements? Okay. Public comments. This is 3 minutes for each individual, 30-minute maximum, and this is for new business. I'd ask that when you come up, if you make sure you state your name clearly into the microphone, and if you can, you can jot your name down as a pad at the podium.
Okay. I want to thank Mr. Sullivan. I want to thank Mr. Post for letting me know that this meeting is going to take place. This has nothing to do with you all are talking about, what I'm going to speak about, but it's very interesting, the point you brought up.
Please speak directly into the mic.
Yeah, it's,
That better?
Yeah, thank you.
if,
Okay, I'll try. Trying to see if I can put it up more, but I will make my voice louder if I have to. I have to for this. By the way, before I said I'm from Horizons on the Hudson, I wish. I'm from Horizons at Wurtsboro, and that's why I'm here. I've been there since 2019. It has been an absolute horror. I had my first encounter with one of the 5 managers of the building in reference to my heat. I was told, it's not in the budget. You have to, if it's at 71 on your thermostat, that means you have heat. The pipes are ice cold. There's no heat. Many people that have come into my apartment that were professionals, there's something wrong with the electricity in the building. And now I'm understanding we have water in the walls. We just had a leak on the first floor, and we're told by our manager, Jeanette Ruiz, that it was from a pipe that burst behind a toilet bowl. There was no way that that water got all the way down the hall, and it smelled up the whole building of cat, because we're allowed animals there. Another thing is I've asked for side door keys since I'm there, 7 years now. Never got them from any one of the people that was there. Their building needs to be power washed. We have people that don't have anyone there. They're lonely. They have no one, and they won't come, their family, because it's filthy, dirty. We have rugs down that are over 21 years old. It's a horror there. Our washing machines are always broken. They leave our clothes saturated. We're not getting any help, no matter how much we ask for it. So also, I was promised new floors because I have nails coming through my floor, and I was promised a new floor last year. That never happened. the manager we have now has set times, but comes and goes as she pleases and has like a 3-hour lunch. Main thing I want to concentrate on is the people that are there that can't be here tonight. We lost 9 of them. They passed away. And I feel that a lot of it has to do with having no activities in our building. One of the attendants who has passed away and is greatly missed had asked Jeanette Ruiz, the manager of the building, if she could put up a board and put up some activities for us. Her answer was, you do it. You people get together and do it. I need socialization. That's very, very important because for me, that's going to be my last home. So something needs to be done. I just found out before I came here, our previous janitor quit. It was too much for him. Okay, he was smart. He got out. Now we don't have a janitor. So whenever we get someone come in, we're lucky. But I just found out that we have squatters in the janitor's apartment. A pregnant young girl with her boyfriend, husband, whatever, doesn't belong there. Jeanette is not doing any background checks. And with that comes no drug tests. We've had a man, I will not mention his names, but if you have a radar on your phone app, comes from our building, has been taken out several times. And I heard that they have to get extra help because he is belligerent. And he has entered an apartment to a person that was very good to him, giving him baby powder. And he's going through a lot. I understand that. And she's very good to do that. But he went into our apartment and the person found out, another male in the building who was sane. Not that we're not sane in the building, but told her never to open the door to him. And he's wandering all around. Main thing too is the bathrooms in the hallway when we come in. You know, if we come in from shopping or wherever we're coming from, they're locked. She can use it, Jeanette can use it, we can't use it.
Not to cut you off, if you could provide me a list, like I said, I will be happy to get this up to Paula. We
Certainly will.
okay.
Mr. Goodman, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you all for listening. I got a whole lot more. I wrote small, but I will be writing, believe me.
Oh, please do.
Please, I'm begging anyone here that hears me and that can help in some way.
We have
Please
limited ability what we could do, but we're pushing the boards behind it to make sure something gets done.
I will write them. Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you.
Quite well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else with a public comment? Mr. Lesser.
I don't know if you could see, but the one on the other side of the podium keeps raising her name with the light jacket. She's raising it like this. So you can't see.
I've been complaining, bitching, whatever. I just don't have some class sometimes with the same argument that goes on and on, month after year. When are we going to fix this speaker microphone system? Okay, now, John Lacy a few months ago stood up here and said almost the same thing. Tonight, you start off the meeting, the same thing. Well, we're having trouble with the audio, the visual, the same thing. When you would not believe the nonsense that we witnessed at this last stupid meeting a week ago, Tuesday. Look like a bunch of people with ants around here trying to figure out why it wasn't working. All the wires back and forth disconnected. Really? What a circus. This is 2026. Are we going to fix it soon, like next week, a couple days? Or are we just going to run a whole lot of BS over and over and over? Is there some problem that we can't do this? This has been going on for years. Hello, anybody home?
I heard that.
The problems that we're having with the audio they had working the other night. I don't know why it's not working now. We can address some of it. The sound in the room is going to be a very expensive proposition. I'm trying to find what the right answer is. I mean, all these walls have had soundproofing on it that are not working right now because they were painted. We're looking at a very large expense, so I need to do a lot of homework to get there and be able to justify the cost of what it's going to cost.
I don't know what expensive there is, but I'll bet you could get down to Best Buy and buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 microphones and buy it and solve most of the problem. It's called Best Buy. That's what they deal with. Instead of spending months and months and months, let's get the best deal. That's one of my major complaints. Last week, Tuesday, was the most ridiculous foray of meetings going on. There were 7 programmed bits of agenda, all for the same night that basically ended near midnight. Really? You had the workshop. I tried to remember this because it was just too much to try to remember. The workshop started at 5 o'clock. You have some paid professionals as well as the workshop people here from 5 o'clock till midnight. 7 hours. Really? There's something that's got to change here that you can have. Town of Crawford has 2 separate meetings a month on the planning board. We should be able to do something instead of trying to make something with the planning board chairman, cram all of this in one night. I left. I just couldn't. It's ridiculous. So somebody's got to start to do something here. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
How's everybody doing tonight?
We're doing good. Could you just state your name for everybody?
All right, my name's Randy Zimmerman. I live up on Red Hill Road in Phillipsport. My grandfather was here in 1920 and built a Tobacco Road shack up there. We tore that down in 57, and we put a newer house up there. And then my wife Marcy and I built our own house up there in 1970. So basically, our family's been there over 100 years, in and out. I rode a freight trains for a bunch of years. That's another story. But we've taken care and a lot of pride. I love living up here. We all do. Our family does. We're close with everybody, all our neighbors and friends. There's a situation that's developed at the HomeAway. I'm sure most of you are aware of it. If you've driven by there, it's become, pardon my French, but it's a real shithole. I worked in the HVAC business my whole life up here. I worked at the Granite. I worked on my own for 15 years. I worked at the Granite I ran that for 10 years, and I ran the HomeAway for 5 years. And I did all the work there, all the refrigeration and air conditioning there since 1977. So I'm very familiar with the property, it's the HomeAway, and with the hotel business and the way it's been and how it's declined. So I'm very aware of that. My wife and I maintain Red Hill Road and Sandberg Creek, we cleaned up that too. But we maintain the roads up there that go past the HomeAway, which is Red Hill Road goes down into 209. And we've maintained that ourselves. Marcia has pulled 26 tires at one time out of the fields over by the HomeAway herself. She's a lot stronger than I am. But it's no joy cleaning up after people, but we did that willingly all these years just to maintain the place that we love. Since we were there when the Hasidics first, just before they took it over, and I know I'm not a anti-Semite, I'm Jewish, blue collar all the way. My family was before in the Navy. And what's going on is just dreadful in terms of what we have to see going on all the time. Anyway, that's a lot of talk. In the meantime, this past weekend, my daughter is living up on the hill in one of the houses. And for the last 2 years, I'm normally dumb, but now I'm deaf and dumb, so I don't hear that well anymore. And she's been complaining about all these ATVs going through the woods, and I never even took notice of it. So last Saturday, she finally got me to go up into the woods, which are like 100 feet behind the house on the hill. And there were just ATVs going nonstop up there. And it was really annoying. And I'm used to that. I'm a bike rider myself. I have ATVs and I've ridden bikes my whole life. So I went down below, down to the Homoac field. There's 2 fields down there. The Homoac gets burnt down. That's disgraceful what's going on there and what's happened. And I went over to the field next to it. And I just drove my truck in. I could hear some music coming from inside that property. So I drove in. I'm familiar with the golf courses and all that from all the years that I worked there. And I couldn't believe it. I walked into a scene like out of Woodstock. There was like 250 people there, mostly Latinos. We're part Latino, my family. I've got nothing against that. But music was blasting. There were bikes going up and down on the main roads, up and down Phillipsport Road, up and down Red Hill Road where we live. And it was going nonstop. Young kids going 20, 30, 40 miles an hour.
I hate to stop you. If you have I don't mean to be mean, a short version. We allow 3 minutes. If you have if you can.
I couldn't believe what was going on. So I confronted the guys there and the people there, and they were, I explained that it's not public land, and they were going to have to leave. They had fires burning. It's a burn zone, now. They had fires going, they had little kids on the main roads driving. This past year, there's been 2 or 3 accidents with them that got seriously hurt. There's local kids that do it also, and I try and straighten them out when I can. But it's a little rougher these days when you can't catch them. But anyway, to make a long story longer, we called my daughter. I picked her. I left her outside when I confronted them. They didn't, they were friendly enough, but they weren't leaving. I said, you have to leave. I said, you might as well leave because I'm calling the cops. I went and we called, my daughter called 911. She called the state troopers. Nobody showed up. Then she called the sheriffs, Sullivan County sheriffs. In about 2 hours, they came down. But I stayed there in the field and just kept talking to the people and tried to explain to them that we're all working people that live around that area. It's all private property. There's no public land there. And finally, these 2 sheriffs showed up. I said, wow, they only sent 2 guys down here for the crowd that we said. And they said, that's all we got.
Okay, Mr. Zimmerman, I'm sorry, but we're aware of the problem.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's not. Again, it's private property. It's a police issue. I mean, you did the right thing. Called the police. Called the sheriff. I would encourage calling the sheriff. I will follow up with a phone call to see if you can't get more enforcement, get more presence down there. But the town doesn't have the ability to go in and fence it off or chase the people off the property. It's not our property. I know it's not
Well, somebody inquired about what was that place? And one place said, one person in the offices up there, I didn't see, said they were an LLC out of Brooklyn. I mean, it's no surprise. I mean, we know what the hell is going on. And the other one said it was an LLC out of of, Rockland County.
It-
So this is going on, something has to be done. Now, this girl Ashley, she sent out a petition. I'll show it to you later. I don't have to read the whole thing.
Yep, no, yeah, it's,
You got it. Right?
yeah,
And, basically it's telling you what's going on there, and it's gotten way out of hand. There's a fire burn on. They're gonna burn down all the houses and that whole hill,
yep.
that
Well,
whole side of the hill. They got this nice kid Raymond, that lives right above that land, and they had a rifle range set up over there, and they were using that and shooting right into the direction of his kids.
we,
There's stuff going on that has to be dealt
we,
with. People are really fed up. I mean, I didn't even know that this whole petition was going on. I signed up just today because, something has to happen. And the county has to start to deal with this issue because it's getting worse and worse. And I know it's not, everybody has different responsibilities and all of that, but, you know.
you have my number here. I mean, give me a call here at the office.
On the
We'll-
positive side, this guy Eric Chabadi.
Shabodi, yeah.
Might sound like he was ready to do something.
Yeah, we're gonna work on that, but,
Unfortunately, I woke him up at 6:30.
Okay.
Probably gonna get it.
Yep.
All right, listen, guys, I appreciate everything you've done. We've got a beautiful town here and we're up against it. We have to try and maintain that. And I wouldn't want to live anyplace else.
I'll stop
And I've
by,
been- I've been
I'll stop by
over-
Sunday and we'll talk a
Thank
little
you.
bit.
thank you.
Are you gonna be available Sunday? Are you gonna be home Sunday?
Sunday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll stop by Sunday.
Yes, stop by.
Okay, thank you.
A fire, call the fire department. I did not know that.
Oh,
That supersedes private property rights. You had a good end there.
But if it comes down to that, you may see the fire after it's going, and that whole hill can go off.
Yeah.
It's pretty, well, you know, it's dry.
No, I hear you. Same here. Thank you. Is there anyone else? Leslie?
Hello, I just want to add to what Rob said. This Saturday, we are doing the BKA cleanup. Its registration starts at 9. It still goes from 9:30 to 12:30, and there will be food directly after, free of charge, at the Mamakating Education Center. And then next Saturday, on May 2nd, we are sponsoring the Ravens Beard exhibition for the Spring Fling down at the community church on Sullivan Street. They will be bringing in raptors, owls, hawks, falcons, and a very cute possum, I'm told. And that starts at 12:30. It's also free of charge for the public to come in and be educated, and you can get up close and personal with the animals.
They have a wonderful program.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I made an omission when I was talking about the fiber optic.
Okay.
At our meeting, fellow Councilman Rob Rogers was present and he asked some excellent questions for our stop in the county. And I just wanted to mention that was an omission on my part. He did good by the town at that meeting. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. I don't need credit, but thanks.
Okay. Is there anyone else out there that has public comment? Okay. Brittany, is there anyone online?
Yes, Tara would like to speak.
Okay, tell her to speak loudly. We're having a hard time hearing here. Yep.
Hi, my name is Tara Zimmerman. I'm Randy's daughter, Randy Zimmerman, who just spoke before about the ATVs in Phillipsport. I understand that you want to meet on Sunday and that you have to deal with the sheriff's department. I have a bunch of questions though regarding cleaning up the garbage that they dump on Red Hill Road. Who's responsible for that? I know this is probably questions for the sheriff's department as well. Where are these people coming from? They're bringing in tow trucks full of ATVs. How come nobody was arrested? If they're not legally allowed to drive on main roads and they're scaring people, people are afraid to go outside of their homes when these kids are driving around Phillipsport and Spring Glen. on these ATVs. They're not small ATVs. I sent a bunch of videos today and I plan on showing them at the town board meeting on May, is it the 4th or the 5th?
It's the Tuesday, whatever day that is.
Okay, 5th, May 5th.
Okay.
Sunday.
I'm gonna be there Sunday. Who's that, Matt?
Yeah, we'll
I'll be there. Are you gonna be patrolling, Matt? That's all I want to know.
We'll talk.
I just wanted to say I checked the Sullivan County Sheriff's website and they have something called quality of life crimes, where they're trying to clean up Sullivan County. And I think it's really important, like my father said, for us to be supporting each other with this issue. And I don't know is there a way we can keep these ATVs off the private properties? I mean, they're going beyond the property listed that I sent in today. So if they're coming up by my house, I'm above Meyerson. So I walk outside, all I want to hear are birds chirping and all I can hear, and it's 2 summers in a row now, it's 2 years in a row that all I hear are these ATVs revving up their engines, and it's disgusting. You don't even want to be outside anymore. So quality of life, this is not the quality of life I remember in Sullivan County. So I really, if there's a petition, how do we get on board? I'd like this to be on the agenda for the next meeting. And how can we work on cleaning up the garbage at the Homowac? I mean, it's such an eyesore to come home every weekend and see that. It's terrible. Is there a plan in place with the Homowac and any cleaning up of the garbage?
I think Matt is going to visit you on Sunday and be probably best to hold the discussion till then.
Okay, but it's definitely a public issue. So will it be something that can be discussed in public? Because everyone in our neighborhood is so sick of seeing the garbage.
No, we hear you. It's a public issue, except that it's private property, and that kind of excludes the town from going in and doing anything. It becomes a police issue.
Okay, but it's also bringing down the value of everyone else's property around there. So it's a public issue, even though it's on private property.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
See you Sunday, Matt.
I'll see you around noon.
Perfect.
Brittany, do you have anybody else online?
No, that's it.
Okay. Well, we don't have an executive session planned. So, am I missing something? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion from Tyler, second from Matt. All in favor?
Aye.
Everybody, thank you very much for coming. Thank you for your comments. See you in a couple weeks.